Who's your daddy?
What is up, Huddle Gang? How we doing? Welcome back to the Luxago live stream. My name is Jacob, and yes, we're in a different location. Camera quality is not the best, but we're here, and we're live. So it's good to be here, my friends. Hopefully the break's been okay, but glad to have you guys back. The music's going, but it's not playing in y'all's ears, so let me get that back up. But what's up, guys? Hopefully you don't have any buffering issues. Let me know if you do, and I'll check my connection, but we are here. Ready to go over some charts. Pepe's back home, okay? Pepe's back home. Sorry. So we'll just take suggestions and go over what you guys want to go over. It's weird having a different setup, I will say. It's got the same, screen and all that. I'm like washed out a bit. I'm going to try to fix that. But guys, good to see you. Good to see everybody in here. Sorry for the delay just setting up, trying to get everything rolling. But live today and tomorrow. We'll be back in this studio on Monday, so it's all going to be good. $300 $300 giveaway tomorrow is going to still happen. So be prepared for that. Besides that, $300 giveaway tomorrow. We're going to do also the top 10 viewer giveaway tomorrow as well. So awesome that the bot is working. How come when we're not at home, the bot decides to work? Somebody explain that to me, right? Somebody explain that to me. How come the bot works when we're not at home? But that being said, on the top 10 viewers right now, Sordic in first with 319 points. We had Adam in second with 309 points. Land in third with 305. We got Demonic Ham, DK Fam, Miss Jonah Morris. All these ranking top 10 right now. So you have a 1 in 10 chance of winning the I Sound Like Jape again. Yeah, finally, man. Honestly, in Texas, the pollen's not as bad right now, at least. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just a good week or something. But either way, man, not too bad. All right, guys. Market is down. It was down on the ES. It actually rallied back. We had crazy earnings last night with Meta. We had update from our boy BK here. I'm going to give you guys a quick news update. Home sales up 0.3%. It was expecting just 0.3. And GDP down by 50% in quarter one, but it was 1.6% versus 2.5 estimate. Prices rose. Price index plus 3.7% versus 3.4. So not much of a difference, but you can see the gap down effect. But it's coming from this big earnings week as well. So remember, we got some more earnings coming. I think Google's this afternoon, so we'll be looking at that in tomorrow. But those of you that have been waiting for freaking crypto payments, by the way, Stripe is bringing those back, so we might implement those by the end of the year if you've been looking to sign up with crypto. So stay tuned for that. But Stripe, yeah, that was a cool report from today. Stripe crypto payments, they're adding that. Makes it really easy for people trying to, especially people that have issues with their banking system when it comes to U.S. products. It'd be really nice to get those taking Bitcoin and not Bitcoin, just like crypto payments in general, whether it's stable coins or whatnot. But pretty cool. Bot is in the main chat. Cool. All right, we're good to go. All right, my friends. Besides that, yeah, here we go. We got all of our sound effects and everything, guys. Doesn't matter where we're at. We can still hit you with the
Who's your daddy?
And a little bit of airs in the chat. You know what I'm saying? All right, besides that, Bitcoin trading right through 65,500. Gotta love that. Can't get better than that. 65,500, it broke down through that. We saw the breakdown on Solana as well. We're going to go over those. Y'all know the drill. Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, always going to go over. Pepe is not here with us today, so we will actually be using Pepe, or we'll be using a just y'all suggestions as we go into the analysis, but you know the drill. We'll be going through the majors at very least. And goodness gracious, I look like I'm freaking a ghost right now. Hold on. Let me fix this. There's got to be a better way. The screen that I have, the actual camera on, is like ridiculous. It doesn't look this blown out over here. What's going on? Let me see if I can just bring down like the exposure. I'm going to be really dark for a second. Bear with me. As dark as it gets. Hold on. Bring this up here, and then bring this up here. What about there? Is that better? How's that looking? Am I looking fly? Hold on. Yeah, look at this. I'm still bright as can be. All right, whatever. I'm gonna automatic again, so we don't waste any time here. It might be. We'll fix it later. All right, that doesn't matter. The charts are what matter. Besides that, let's go ahead and get in our Bitcoin predictions. Let's start there. Okay. Let's start there. Let's start with Bitcoin predictions, guys. You know the drill. If you want to be a top 10 viewer and get points added to your profile, well, you need to tune in early on when the stream starts in order to get your Bitcoin predictions in. So I'm going to go ahead and open that queue. We're going to go with the price point here in just a second. Let's see. Where's Bitcoin at? Alrighty. All right, guys, if you think it's going to be Bitcoin's going to be more or less, then let's see here. I need a spray tan. Goodness gracious. There's in the chat for that. Let me see here. Bitcoin more or less than 64,637 by the end of the stream. You'll get 100 points added to your profile if you're correct at the end of today's stream. So yeah, go ahead and put those in. If you're in the main chat, you'll have a chance. Make sure you jump over to the main chat if you are the main stream. If you're seeing a vertical stream, you're not in the main stream. Make sure you jump over to the other stream. But lots to go over, my friends. Really quickly as well, I was going to pull up, let me pull up here. We had a, I do this too, 1 sec. We had a nice product update that I was going to go over right now. Make sure you do update your toolkits if you're using Lux Algo, by the way. We just had an update on all 3 main indicators: price action, concept, signals, and overlays, and the oscillator matrix. Just a few signal-based stuff, and then just overall changes. I was going to see total volume percentage. Okay, yeah. You can look at it as well in the announcements within the Discord. If you are using Lux Algo, make sure you join the Discord, guys. You get your updates on those, so make sure you do update the indicators as well. I'm gonna go ahead and while you guys are getting those predictions in, I'm gonna go ahead and do something really quickly on the Discord here. But Discord is completely free. A lot of people are in there. Mickey's live in there pretty much every day as well. If you guys want like more of a Lux Algo heavy stream, so he is live in there every day, trying to help out everybody that wants to learn more about Lux Algo. Let me see here. But as I finish doing this, go ahead and do this, start this event, and then we're gonna get rolling here. All right, cool. Let me get back over to the chat there. Get those predictions in, and while that's being done, I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to the charting screen, and we're gonna kind of get moving on this, because it's funny, dude, like the fact that we were gone for literally one day, and the market just decides to pull back on us after recovering, right? Market recovered nicely, 365K, and then pulls back on us. Like, what's going on there? Don't ask me. But starting out, y'all know the drill. Come on. 6469. 64694. If the music is ever too loud, just let me know, okay? Yo, RB Sniper. Dude, RB Sniper, welcome to the Hodl Gang. Let's freaking go, everybody. Hodl Gang's in the chat for RB Sniper. Welcome, brother. This guy just locked in 5 entries to every single Friday giveaway and also gets cool emotes and badges. If you do want those extra entries to every Friday giveaway, aka the $300 giveaway, starting tomorrow, make sure you first off tune in tomorrow. You are subscribed and you do smash that like button. Would very much appreciate it. Besides that, if you do join the Hodl Gang for literally $1, you get those extra entries. I think last week we literally had like 3 people in the Hodl Gang win, which is pretty sick. When I don't see Pepe and Jacob looks like a ghost, I know something isn't correct. I know, dude. What is going on here? I was actually gonna bring my good camera, but then I was like, man, this is easier. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Now you're like, and I'm like, want to fix it, but I guess at this point, let me see if I can do something here. I think I could edit it in the yeah. Hold on. Let me bring this down. Is that gonna ruin it? Now I'm dark. Gamma would probably help a little bit. Nah, I still look washed out as hell. There's not very many good settings on nah, that looks even worse. There's not very good settings on Streamlabs, I will say, or OBS. I guess the gamma helps a little bit. That's a little bit better. Then you have the frickin', I guess I could do, last night this looked fine, and then now it looks so bad. Bring down the saturation a bit. Bring down the brightness a bit. Just a tiny bit. We're getting better. I didn't adjust it that much. Goodness gracious, relax. It's probably the white balance too. All right, we're gonna leave it there. I'm look just burnt out now. Whatever. Goodness gracious. I opened my position in JTO yesterday in JTO 3.13, almost did 0.6 level in the daily time frame. Do you mind setting up the target together on stream if that's the right entry? Yeah, Bash, we can go over JTO because I know that was a setup we did discuss. We did discuss the JTO setup before, and I kind of want, now that you said that, I want to look at it, but we'll look at that after I look over Bitcoin here really quickly. So let's go over Bitcoin and then we'll go from there. Yeah, the problem is when I look at this monitor, it's not the same as what you guys see. It does not look the same. Yeah, I just freaking look like I don't even know. I'm gonna go back to the old thing and then we're gonna get going. I don't know why it changed from last night. When I went to set it up, it looked fine, but whatever. Yo, that's even worse. All right, whatever. Just forget it. I don't even know, to be honest. Let me just put this back to 0. All right. I'm a ghost. We're going to just live with it. All right, we're going to live with it, guys. Come on. All right, let's stick to the charts. Let's just stick to the charts here. Not even worry about that. I want to just bring my good camera next time. It's annoying. Actually, I think I can use my phone as my camera. I think that is a possibility. We'll discuss that tomorrow. Okay, that being said, let's go over Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin, like we said, that 65,500 level. Jacob, you think we always put you in the spotlight for being late? Hey, if we're live, it's a good day, my friends. If we're live, it's a good day. That's all that matters. All right, let's go. Weekly chart. First off, that's what we always pull up. That's what we always look at. Yo, what's up, Dennis? How you doing? Dennis in here got his predictions in. Congrats, Dennis. Good job. You got it in today. I'm proud of you. All right, here we go. Bitcoin, as you know, weekly levels, we've been locked in. We've been watching that 60K mark. We've been watching the 65,500. Guess what? We've been trading right through those price points. The weekly was really bullish early on. It was sitting at the, what was it? Early on, we had a nice move to that upside. We talked about the bullish Mondays. Tuesday held up as well. Just so happens that Wednesday decides to drop. Of course, when we don't stream, it just dumps on us, right? Besides Wednesday, coming into Thursday, now we're back under that 65,500 level. I'm okay if we close at a kind of a doji format here. As you can see, so long as we're closing with not much downside, I'm happy. I don't want to see us, close more to the downside than we're already at today. So hopefully, we got one more day this week. We close out strong. Would be very nice for that weekly time frame. So if we can close over those 65,500, I think next week we could finally get a nice strong bodied week like you're seeing right here. That's what I would want to see going into next week. So let's really focus on that here. As you can tell on the, I'm gonna go, let me get the watermark back up. As you can see on the Bitcoin weekly chart. So diving from the Bitcoin weekly to the daily, we're gonna go back into the fact that we're trading above that change character. Still a good sign. I like to see when we trade at least above a bearish structure, meaning that, this does want to potentially make that reversal setup. So a higher low coming into play right now, great sign. Uptrends, higher lows, downtrends, lower highs. Now, even though you do have a lower high that just formed there from this daily move that we had to the downside after we had that change of character. So this change of character coming into play here, what we'd like to see is it get fully respected if that level is going to continue to the downside. The fact that it broke back above that this week on Monday and then decided to now try to set a higher low today, that's kind of what we're going to be watching into tomorrow. So tomorrow, we need to recover all of Wednesday's loss. So tomorrow, if we can get back over 66,600, 66,500 by the end of the day, close out bullish on that day, then maybe going into the end of the week on Sunday, the weekend, we can at least hover here below 60K, or maybe even break out of, above 66K, maybe even break out of 68, which would be overall ideal right there at 67,367. So for Bitcoin, yeah, the biggest thing is we've plotted this range. This range has been on our chart forever between 60 and 65.5. If we're trading between that through the next, up until the fall, right? We talked about that 6-month period that we've been watching after the halving, is the fact that if we can get that 6 months kind of consolidation and give us a chance to eventually ramp up to the upside, then we should potentially get that 73K break, hopefully within the next 4 months, get us a new all-time high, and then hopefully by that 6-month period, like we've seen in the past halvings, we get a really nice continuation. So that would be the overall kind of thing we're looking for, is a full breakout by October, and obviously we're going to be streaming every week. Hopefully, the goal right now, guys, for me, especially in the summer, we always have a lot going on in my family. Have a lot going on in the summer, so I'm always traveling. But no matter what, we'll be live majority of the week, whether it's only 4 days of the week or 5 days of the week. Some weeks might only be 4. So just bear with me. But regardless, we're going to be streaming and making sure keeping you guys updated. I'm going to bring it wherever I can, and I'm going to stream for you guys. So right now, though, Bitcoin, let's pray maybe by this summer we get that nice all-time high. It would be cool to see the all-time high break into like 80K by the end of the summer, maybe even higher if we can get that movement. But that's the main focus right now, is this 60 to 65K level. This is money. This is where you have an opportunity, if you want to be in before this big bull cycle, to start accumulating a position to wait until you get that breakout move. Now, obviously, I can't legally give you financial advice, but again, we've seen the cycle. We've talked about the cycle. It's already been in the same movements that it's been in the past 12 years. So there's not really much I'm going to talk about besides that. I mean, it's just the cycle's a cycle. It's just how it works. So it's really exciting to see. And the fact that it's going to potentially happen to have breakout runs in the summer is even better. So just be really ready for that. And that being said, since we're pretty much done with Bitcoin analysis, I'm going to go into the 4 hour here in a second. I'm going to close Bitcoin predictions now. We're in what? Right now, what's the time? What's our time? Our time right now is 21 minutes. All right, I'll give you, you know what? We're going to dive into the 4 hour, and then I'll give you your last little bit to put in that Bitcoin prediction. If you haven't already, make sure you get it in right now. This is your last warning to get your Bitcoin prediction in, okay? Can we finally do Biden? Why is Dame like full on into meme coins right now? Why is Dame full on into meme coins right now? I don't understand. What's up, Dame? What's going on, brother? Why you want these so bad? All right, guys, we did have that bearish change of character on that 4 hour, but we're inside this range that we discussed on 60 to 65,000. Okay, so again, I want to get above the 65,500 on the weekly chart. If we can get above that on this 4 hour, I'll consider that upside move again. Obviously, if we want to full on trade Bitcoin, I need to see now a full break through that previous swing high, which is around 6.7. What was that high? 67272. It needs to fully break that swing high for me to even be happy for an upside trade. But besides that, though, if this thing could come in, set a lower high off of 65,500, you can clearly see it's had resistance there. The last time it went up to retest for it, broke back out. But it would have been nice to get some support up there, but we didn't. So we're going to be watching for this potential breakout through that 65,500 here soon and go from there. So the oscillator, though, is sitting extremely extended on the 4 hour, which is a good sign. Like to see when it's extended down here. But I will say if this thing comes up and rejects below that 50 level on the oscillator, more than likely we will go retest 60K at some point. Obviously, you know, there's a lot going on right now with the Middle East we got to pay attention to. And then there's a lot going on with as the word of the day, BK said, stagflation. So very, very just stuck, right? We're stuck on growth here. So we need to see some shift in momentum in a better direction for us to possibly get new all-time high breaks. But if the market's going to, you know, we've talked about with the NQ and the ES coming down, having very nice correction of roughly 8-9%. That's great. We have earnings this week. Big tech earnings still continuing. We got, I think, Google after hours. So the market coming off of this and finding a kind of a level to hang out around this 8-9%, that's okay. That's good. It's healthy, you know, market movements. Bitcoin's a little different, right? Bitcoin likes to consolidate before it makes big moves. So Bitcoin consolidating right now, we're happy, especially when it's above 60K. So we're not going to be too worried about this where it's trading right now. But again, if you're a trader and you're considering like a 4 hour trade right now, you need to lean more bearish than you do bullish. I'd be targeting the downside to around 60 before I'd consider any upside. But if we were going to play the upside here or the downside, we would be playing neither because we have neither set up. If we want an upside setup, though, we got to get a full break here of 67,300. If we want a downside, I need a confirmation rejection lower high happening below that previous high that we had at 67,300. So lots to talk about. Coming up here in a bit, but besides this, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the queue right now for the Bitcoin predictions. If you didn't get them in, I'm sorry. Tomorrow we're going to be tomorrow we're going to be picking our top 10 winner. Okay, we're going to be picking our top 10 winner tomorrow, so stay with us when we go over that, pick our winner, and we'll be also doing a $300 giveaway tomorrow. So first off, tomorrow we do the stream. First thing we're going to do is pick our top 10 winner. So after your prediction today, which I hope you got it in, picking that, then after we pick that tomorrow, we're going to do the $300 giveaway as well. So back-to-back giveaways tomorrow. If you're a top 10 viewer, very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, being a part of every stream usually. Okay. So that's Bitcoin. Let's jump over to Ethereum. Where are we at? There she is. Good old ETH. Now, my oh my.
Who's your daddy?
It will definitely not be me, he said. Are you sure? Yeah, I gotta go look. I think at your points. I gotta look at your points, Dave. All right. So, let's get to it. Let's see here. Alrighty. So first off, on the Ethereum weekly, as we can see here, had a very nice retracement off of that 4K level, right? We broke out of 4K off the weekly, right? On the weekly here, for ETH, we had a nice rejection level coming up at the weekly open close highs here at 395, right? We marked that level off. We go into today's time, and as you can see, right here, beautifully rejected off of this price point right here. So seeing that rejection, it's very nice. Like, I love when weekly levels are respected. Can't get better than that. But what's even better about the Ethereum chart right now is that this is in a full 50% retracement, right? It's inside that golden zone we talked about on the fib, but it's also kind of respecting or trading above that daily level that we talked about before. So we're going to dive into that in just a second. But overall, 50% retracement on the ETH is really good. Seeing that, if we dive into the daily time frame now, you can see we discussed that daily bull flag type formation that we were looking at here. Lower highs, lower lows, right? Lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, right? So to full on get a bullish setup, obviously we want to break through those lower highs. So I would want to get now through 3730 and then get a setup above that. But 3,500 was pretty key. We discussed this previous daily low here that got set. It was a higher low that got broken into that change of character. Just so happens that you remember the other thing we said about when you trade these, if you want to trade zones, right? We discussed like you can draw a zone like this, or you have this to here. You take the open close daily level to the open close lower that chotches. We draw that box over. You can see here, if I were to consider a lower high, this would be the structural point which I would want to see get respected. And as you can see on Ethereum, it beautifully respected that there yesterday. So diving into now like a 4-hour time frame, we can even see the amount of rejections happening at that same level of that 3279 to 3300. Which is, yet again, a beautiful price point rejecting that. So if you wanted to take a lower time frame, let's say low risk short, you could have said, okay, hey, I'm going to be taking a short right below 3,300. I'm going to set my stop right above 3,300 because that's a pretty key level due to that daily time frame and stuff like that. There are possible ways of doing that. Now, we don't like to call tops, we don't like to call highs, but the overall daily direction, right? Overall daily direction is in that downslope, right? So if I were to take, a lower time frame trade on the 4-hour, where's my best risk to reward? It's right at this high volume 3,300 level. So if I was going to take a short, I'd probably mark up those 4-hour open close highs there where it wicked as well off that green line. I would have taken a short there. I would have then had my stop somewhere around like 3,350, and then I'd be retargeting these lows. So that's just another thing that, we discuss on stream a lot where, overall, when it comes to these higher time frames, you guys want to always trade the direction in which higher time frames are telling you, and that's the biggest thing that I can tell you coming out of just if you were to try to call these highs or try to call rough retracements on like any uptrend or downtrend, is if you want to play before it actually makes the higher low or the lower high, then you need to find the proper structural point it will do it, and then set your order there with a very minimal stop, because if you do hit it right, you'll absolutely destroy one of the best risk rewards you'll ever get. But if you don't, then then at least your risk is much lower than it normally would be if you were to wait for that confirmation. So there are ways to go about it where you can kind of try to predict price, but you have to respect structure. That's the biggest thing on higher time frames. And overall, even with this, if I take off that smart trail there, let me see, what was the optimal sensitivity? Is 15. So I'm going to go to 15 on the signals and overlays here. This was also the bottom of the bearish Neo cloud, lining up with structure as well. So again, when price is trading below or above a Neo cloud, whether it's bullish or bearish, always consider a stronger trend. So everything in this case to technically call a structural shift for let's say a short entry would have lined up perfectly to early on predict this thing might reject there, especially with the bearish money flow as well. But again, it all comes down to that risk to reward. So if you're playing off that, you're going to be looking at, more than likely, this should be way above a 3-to-1 risk to reward off of this. Because what did we say? We would want to go to like a 33.5. So then I would be targeting, if I go, because that would have been off a 4-hour. So on a 4-hour here, I'd be targeting these open close lows right here. You're looking at a 4-to-1. So that's the best part about these low risk versions of this trade. Now you can be at break even, but is that you can take lower risk and then less trades. Since you're taking lower risk here, you can fail up to 4 or 5 because of a 5-to-1 ratio. So as long as one out of every 4 wins with a 5-to-1 ratio, then you're still gonna be profitable. But overall, again, always watch those higher time frame key structural points in order to get a potential setup. But me, that's not how I trade. I like to actually look for confirmation, and that's something on the Ethereum 4-hour right now, if it wants to fully extend down here, which it looks like it's not going to. But we might have a lower risk setup, one that we would take, not a full-on risk, right? Maybe like a 50% risk than we normally do because it's not a full extension. But if this does come back up, rejects that 50% level on the oscillator, we actually might consider a potential short to come back down here to below 3K. But again, Ethereum, I've never been a massive fan of Ethereum. We're all big Bitcoin over here at Luxalgo, but Ethereum obviously major player regardless. It has been lagging a lot this year, which I'm not a huge fan of. You can see even here on this. Let me optimize this again. Oh, we did. Okay, we're good. We're in bullish candles with a bearish neocloud. So I mean, there is a lot going on right now, but overall the structure is there. What beautiful structure on a daily. So I'm gonna test my odds in the right direction rather than trying to flip to the wrong side. So that's pretty much it for Ethereum right now. I would say predicting that 3K level again to retest would be way better off than saying, okay, this is going to break out. But if I went upside, I need to break through 3,300. So really watch that 3,300 level coming out soon, if it wants to full on actually break it or not. So that'd be the main focus there. Otherwise, I think 3K is probably going to get hit coming into next week at some point if it's going to just fade from here. So that's the main focus. The odds to the downside are way more in your favor. Bitcoin's a little different because it's trying to set a higher low, which is always funny to see them kind of trading differently because they used to trade the same all the time. That being said, let's jump over to Solana. Where's my Solana? Where'd you go? There you are. Noise. All right, so Solana here. Let me optimize its sensitivity to 18. First off, you got that daily. Solana daily rejecting Neo perfectly, came back down to the Neo cloud. Sadly, right? We love when it respects the Neo cloud, but not when it's our precious Solana. That's the only difference here. We did have that bullish change character that came into play, but not really. Sorry, I'm coming back reading the comments. How you guys doing? We already talked about Bitcoin, man. Go back if you're in a vertical version of the stream, you cannot. Well, first off, you're not on the main stream. Make sure you go to the main YouTube channel. You jump over to the main stream. It is the widescreen format. But besides that, you can go back in time. We do have it DVR set up for you to see our Bitcoin analysis go. So go check that out. But consider subscribing because tomorrow, guys, for those of you that are just now tuning in, tomorrow we're doing a $300 giveaway live on stream. So make sure you do tune in tomorrow. You hit that sub button. Hopefully I won't look like a freaking ghost like this camera's making me look today. But hopefully we'll fix that into tomorrow. But that's not what it's important here. It's Solana right now. So Solana, opened up and ended up dropping through yesterday's low. Yesterday's low was 145.25. Seeing that break that low, not a huge deal. But we have fully recovered today. So it's quite interesting. This thing went down and it tagged 142 and then now it's back to 147. It's a good sign. Usually seeing that around the entire market. But overall, if you even just look at the slope, I mean, this is playing the slope fine. You did have that early change character in play. You do have lower highs forming on the oscillator as well alongside lower lows. So, in my opinion right now, we need to have a higher low form somewhere right here, maybe coming off of this lower high on the oscillator. But if we were to go to, like I said, the signals and overlays there, you can see the beautiful Neo Cloud rejection, which is, it's pretty great when you see that because it tends to trend nicely when that happens. But, we're bullish on Solana. So right now, all I would want to see if this thing actually wants to break back down is those 130s again. We talked about, let's go to those weekly levels. I don't know why those aren't plotted. That's interesting. Usually we have our weekly levels plotted here on the chart, but let's go back to what we usually have. I don't know where they went. Weird. So normally we have this weekly level here, and then we have this weekly level here, and then we have, let's see, this one here, and then we had this open close high up here. So these are our normal weekly levels. The reason we have this one plotted right up here is because that's the bottom of that order block. I always like to look at the bottom of weekly order blocks. But in this case, here, we have a open close weekly level there that turned into very strong resistance. And we also have off this 174-ish level, very strong multiple open close weekly levels. So those are always pretty key for us. And we even talked about, the 200 was this pivotal point here. I guess we could mark that off as well. That was a weekly open close high there. That was a lower high, which ended up kind of coming into play. But here were those levels. The biggest focus right now was that 136. We ended up saying, when we had this retracement to the 136, we were happy with pretty much picking up as money as we could in that area in the 130s. Below 140, I think is a great buy because that's a structural buy as well. As you can see here on the oscillator here, if we take the open close to that BOS level there, you can even see if you were a legend and you picked this up at 121, you're insane. So great job there. But either way, 2 weeks in a row now closed above that 136 pivotal level that we talked about just a second ago. The weekly's coming down the oscillator. It's still trading above the 136. So we discussed that area because even going into like a daily time frame here, you can see it full on kind of respected the 140 and right below the 136 level like we discussed before. So creating that resistance, bouncing right off of it yet again in that pocket. I still think below 130 or in the 130s was great value if you were looking for the long term. Now, we always talk about long-term positioning on stuff like Solana and good value. We buy dips when they enter good value, right? We've always talked about that on this stream. We buy dips when they enter good value, and that's pretty much the way we go about buying anything that's in a bearish structure, right? It's not has to do with trading whatsoever. When we're considering trading, we do need to see bullish setups, bullish structure changes or bearish structure changes in order to consider, either side when it comes to the trading part. So when it comes to good value below 136 or at 136 is where we considered that, especially coming from that weekly. It came in line with that bullish structure on the weekly, and also the previous structure from 2021 that we saw as well. 136 was very key for Solana. So still focus on that. Solana's above 136. We're happy. We're targeting 174 now. Very reactionary level at 174. Besides that, end of the year, I do think we're going to hit with 250, if not an all-time high, especially with how insane Solana has been recently and how great I personally think the network is. In this case, what are we looking at now? Right now, we need a higher low in play. Now, we do have lower highs in play in this current spot coming off of that oscillator, right? The oscillator is trying to dip to a bearish money flow. But again, we're still in we broke structure here on the daily, right? That's why that changed characters there. We broke structure on that daily time frame. So seeing that structure break, and I should be able to make this bigger. I think I messed. Yeah, here we go. Let's bring that back. Sorry. I updated the indicator. Which you should do. If you haven't updated your indicators, make sure you go update them. And check out you can check out the update log on the website as well. So putting out that bullish change character is indicating that, this, zone here was actually a great spot to start that potential reversal off the 136. The biggest thing that I liked a lot was that weekly bouncing right off that structural point that it had when it made that bull run to 200. But on the daily right now, all we need to come into play here is, first off, the oscillator is going to dip. Right, if it's bearish tomorrow, it's going to dip. We need it to immediately return with a bullish turning point here. Can't see it on the mobile there, but if you can't see this, make sure you jump to the other stream. That's all I can say. You're in the wrong stream if you can't see that behind my head. All right, but yeah, if we get that bullish turning point happening there with a higher low locked in, well, pretty much it's going to guarantee a higher low if that happens. Essentially, that would be a very nice structure to see on Solana. with this retracement. So seeing, and then it would help solidify the fact that we have the change of character. Now, y'all know me, when we get change of characters, I like to see them respected. I'm not a huge fan that this thing created and broke out of that high and then came off of it. But again, it's not negated until this thing fully goes and retests this low. If we retest 136, we'll be talking a little bit differently, but we have a little bit of time, I think, before we actually come back to that, whether it's a few days or not. And we'll get back to discussing that when we retest like 140 if that happens. But seeing today close above yesterday's low, fantastic sign on Solana. The only thing is, on the daily here, if I were to mark this off here, you can see we did reject below this kind of zone that we were watching before. It also rejected below the change of character. I was really thinking we would actually go retest 162 before we even retest, before we even go back and make a retracement. So I'm kind of surprised that this rejected as early as it did. I figured they would run it through 160 at least. The high was 160 to be exact, literally on 160 to the cent. So coming off of that, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But again, overall, we all know the drill is if consolidation comes into play on these, if we get consolidation in these zones, right? If we get this consolidation here between 136 and 174, then we know people are willing to, continue to buy this and they think it's a good value level. So that's why I think 136 was such a good buy so far, because we've shown the amount of people that are wanting to actually buy this thing off that key level. So all comes from that weekly chart. Gotta love it. Let's dive into the 4 hour really quickly, and then we're going to continue to gold. Gold's up next. Sorry, I was seeing people are dueling, right? Got our duelers in the house, of course. Always. Doesn't matter where we're at. All right, so bearish change character in play on the 4 hour, but got broken the last 4 hour move there. We broke down on the oscillator after sending a bunch of higher lows. Didn't fully extend. Did break that high, like we said, off the 160 coming off of that. But it's interesting. If I pull up the volume here, yeah, look at the look at how the volume, it spiked to the downside but then faded. That's an interesting thing to note, because now we just got a buying spike again here on this 4 hour. So maybe we go back, retest like the 160 or something. If it actually wants to get up off of this level, it's interesting to see that it tagged this order block here of 9%, 142, 144, above that 136 level like we discussed. And it's maybe trading this as a higher low. So that's what I would be fully on watching right now. I mean, look at this. This is actually kind of impressive. Here's your 4 hour retracement here. 4 hour retracement puts this right at 50%, which is pretty good. So I do like that. I like the idea that it's bouncing off that 50% exactly for a reversal. It did break this lower high, good sign. But even so, I don't have my imbalances on here, but let me add those really quickly because I just updated the indicator. Make sure you go update yours. Let me add our imbalance. Here you go. Clearly, 4 hour retracement, there was leftover order sitting right here on this imbalance because it dumped right through it. So that, overall entering that imbalance there, showing that, people are still willing to sell it in the 160 or at 160, makes a little bit more sense to why it might have sold off. But again, looking at the bigger picture, really watching to see if this thing wants to hold up over 136 and then go retest 160 again, because upside target right now is 174. Get us back in this range up here, and I think we could have a very good run later this year. So watch that on Solana. And let's continue. Let's get into gold here. Where we at on the 45 minutes? Nice. First time here. What's up, Mr. Goins? I'm gonna say Mr. Gaines, dude. How you doing? Hunter, how you doing? Michael, Algo ran possibly, brother, possibly. We're gonna go over Bitcoin again, guys. Don't worry. But as of now, appreciate you being here, guys. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the $300 giveaway if you want to be a part of that. You do need to be subbed if you want to be entered to win. So make sure you hit that sub button. Come back tomorrow to figure out how to actually enter the giveaway. But the bot that we use for the giveaway is only works with those that are subbed to the channel. So make sure you hit that sub button. And we appreciate you being here. If you do want extra entries, though, you can become a Hodl Gang member. If you like the stream, you want to tune in every day. If you see people with the green names and stuff, yeah, those are our Hodl Gang members. They do get 5 entries to every Friday giveaway. It's literally $1 to join. If you have YouTube Premium, you also get to join for free. So that's pretty dope. So make sure you join that before you make your entries tomorrow. Now, let's talk about gold here. Gold coming down, bouncing off of 2,300. I'm gonna go to the weekly here on gold. I don't think there's an issue. Hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right, let's get to it. All right, so weekly time frame on gold here. It's funny how long it took to finally get through that. Hey, it's okay. You gotta go down. All right, guys, let's keep going. All right, gold. This is interesting because gold here had problems, man. It had so many problems here at the 2037 level, right? So that 2037 level finally broke out, and look at how aggressive it broke out once it did. So it's quite interesting to see, and even pulling up signals and overlays here, and I'm going to optimize it to 14. This is what we talk about, right? When you're considering watching trend versus consolidation, this is what you want to see, because the signals and overlays is the trend following tool, right? And it makes the most sense when you look at it even on a weekly time frame, because notice when it trends versus when it doesn't, right? Look at the Neo cloud here in the middle. There's no bearish Neo cloud. It's very thin, right? Very thin bullish, very thin bearish, right? But price is trading through it. Whenever price is trading through it, that's when it's in a ranging state. So gold here, we even took a trade off gold off this 42 level because of what we saw in the oscillator, because we saw that bullish momentum coming into market, and obviously, gold is really affected by news. So when there's that, war fear in the Middle East is very good hedge bet on any position. But besides that, just by seeing this neocloud step up, the first time creating a nice bullish strong neocloud, nothing that was thin, price was never touching the neo there. You can see the gap that was happening there. It finally makes a breakout through this high right here with strong volume. If I even pull up a volume candle on the weekly, you can see how volume was accumulating and it was building up, right? Volume is building up. Right on here on this breakout with the oscillator in play after it broke this bearish trend, right? Turning point above the 50 level. This thing was just primed for that big breakout. Everything lined up here accordingly, and you saw that trade we took. We took a trade off the daily time frame from I think, what was it, guys? It was like 270 or something. And then we took majority profits along the way, but massive breakout move. Actually, we took it. Sorry, that was up here. We took it at 191 or something, and we had this run. That's my bad. But again, overall, even just watching that weekly time frame, it's all about the patience. Obviously, a weekly time frame is a long time. So overall, this gold run was highly anticipated. It happened. It went up, hit all-time highs, hit 2,400. Now it's coming off. It's just kind of relaxing a bit before it potentially makes its next run. But in this current state, we now see on a daily time frame for gold, we get that bearish change character. When you get a bearish change character, that's the first thing I just want to say. Okay, structure is shifting, right? It's potentially shifting. Now, if structure were to play back out, we're going to see, obviously, a breakout of that high. But for now, with the bearish change character coming into play, I'm still going to be considering more so the downside than the upside. So In this case, though, I will dive into roughly a 4-hour time frame. And what I'm going to be watching for if I were to be potentially bearish is this level right now of 2360, right? If we get that full retracement back to 2360, I might then consider a nice little downside move. As you can see, also it lines up beautifully with that 50% retracement on a downside Fibonacci. So I would like to see if that wants to come into play. You got bearish money flow intact. But what's a little bit conflicting, which is quite interesting, is the oscillator. You can't see this on mobile, so I'd highly suggest going over to the mainstream if you can't see what I'm doing. We fully extended the downside, and we've fully now come and broken the 50 level when price hasn't moved at all. It's just consolidated. So it breaking the 50 level with price haven't moved at all is making me think, okay, if I'm going to be, bullish on this thing, first off, I need to break through this change character level. This change character level right now is sitting at 23.55. So if we can break through this, like this on the oscillator, come back down, create that turning point here, then I would actually consider more of an upside trade. So it would have to break through that, Chach level. So long as it's below that 23.55, though, I would be bearish. But if it breaks through 23.55, I would start to consider potentially an upside trade. Maybe, and honestly, my TP1 would be 2,400. 100% TP1 would be 2,400 if I was taking a trade on it. If I'm looking for the long term, I don't really consider gold right now as a long-term play, unless you're really trying to hedge some positions against potentially war happening. But overall, coming off of that high for gold, breaking through 2,300, 23.5 would be perfect. 23.50 is that level to really watch. If it wants to reject it and go, and create that lower high below that structural point on the 4-hour, that's where, we could then start targeting bigger moves to the downside. But for now, after that daily sell-off we had recently, recovering as quickly as it is, we could potentially get that upside trade if it breaks through 23.50. So that's what I would watch. And look at that. I plotted that level, right? We plotted this level off of a 4-hour chart, right? If I go to that daily now on gold, if I go to the daily on gold, look how it's pretty much lining up dead center of that imbalance that we just set on a daily. So again, very key level there. Are there going to be people selling this area, or are people going to want to buy through it? That's why we wait to see before we even react to it. So that's the biggest thing I would suggest here. Jacob, what? Oh, what are you talking about? Jacob, put the mic to the side, please. It make noise. Is it making a lot of noise? Or are we good? Is it still all weird? The only way to be long on gold. Let me see. Are we good? Okay, cool. Dope. Just some hater. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Jacob said, I had a ton look today. Massive shout out. Thanks for all your insights. Check ton. Yo, yeah, Rumble Ron, we can check ton. I appreciate you coming back, dude. Appreciate you coming back, Rumble. In a second, guys, we're gonna go over y'all's suggestions. We don't have the Pepe wheel, obviously, so we're just gonna go over suggestions at some point soon. So I do first want to touch on that one JTO we talked about. Was that even in the setups? And we'll look at that here in a second. But that, guys, that's pretty much gold. Again, if gold's going to play off of 23.50, then we're going to be looking to the downside. If it breaks back over that on lower time frames, you could potentially make a $2,400 up to 2,400 trade. So it's not that big of a trade, but it is possible in that 4-hour that retracement could indicate, a very nice short-term play back to 2,400 and then potentially that breakout. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Let's head over to the NASDAQ really quickly, see how it's trading today. And it's quite interesting because the NASDAQ actually gaps down, right, and fully nearly recovers its entire price. Now, I will say this is a pretty aggressive gap down with Meta and, some earnings that came out. And we have more earnings coming out today, so that will affect where the NASDAQ and the ES are tomorrow, and we'll watch that as well. But overall, right now, this is setting a higher low on a 4-hour. Great sign to early indication we might be going back. I'm going to pull up the screener here really quick. screener here on the daily, sitting bullish still on the price action concepts. Price action sitting bullish on the daily, that's a good sign. Overall rating bullish, not just like the price action in general. But yeah, sorry, overall rating of what we're seeing is bullish. Weekly as well. Everything else leading a more bearish, so that's quite interesting. But I will say, if we get over the key level right now to watch is 17,800. We discussed that weekly. This thing, the fact that it bounced like directly off of this previous weekly high to open close level there. Like we said, these are how I like to draw my zones. You know, there's other ways to do them, but I like highest volume, in my opinion, is going to be right at that open close level at 17,026 if it's going to respect structure. But we always grab the wick as well, create a little zone there. Look at the perfect reaction on the NASDAQ so far this week that we've had directly off that zone. It dumped through that, and that was the first time it got bought back. So it's quite interesting to see that. And then like even taking a price range here down to where we ended up, that's an almost 9% correction. So I mean, that's pretty much the average size correction. We talked about, how, it tends to do 5 to 10%. So that correction is actually very healthy for what we want to see coming into earnings as well. So if we can get consolidation above 17K on the NASDAQ with earnings season right now on quarter one reports, that's a really good sign. Nice bounce back today after the gap down. But again, if I want to see any upside here, let's say earnings end up playing out well going into tomorrow. Let's get through 17,800 and then into next week, we could potentially have some decent upside trades because there is a potential play to the upside for, that next reversal around 18K. So seeing that potential run to 18K. But again, we need to see bullish structure. I'm not going to lean bullish until we see bullish structure. It's in bearish structure still. So we still have downside to worry about more than upside. So overall, focusing on downside is probably more important right now. But again, if we get over that 17,800, I'm going to be, more so leaning that this correction was what we needed, right? So on the ES here, similar situation. I like that this thing did extend already to the upside there. Usually when you see it extend from end to end pretty quickly, that's indicating a start to a reversal on the oscillator. So I really like to see when it extends very fast. So you can see bullish money flow come into play in the 4 hour. This retested a lower high as well. It also retested that imbalance, filling some of those potential sell orders that were left over. Now, going to the daily. Again, we discussed this a million times. We wait until structure shifts before we consider any certain direction. Remember, we said upside we liked until that structure shift. You can even see, even before the structure actually shift on the ES here, we got a lot of consolidation, right? It just didn't want to go anywhere. So that was an early indication before this thing did break down. You had the change character and then it fell, right? So that's why, watching overall structure is really good. And even like this, right? Here's the signals and overlays on this. That's, like we talked about before, if it's trading above, you have gaps above the Neo. We'll look at it trading through the Neo. It downtrended a little bit there, but again, this was during a bullish Neo cloud, so I would never look short when we're in a bullish Neo cloud. But gaps by, two signal coming into play for reversal, breaks that previous high, trades above the Neo cloud, 3 signal there, continuation, trades above the Neo cloud, never touched the Neo, never touched the Neo. Look at the first time it touched the Neo cloud. First time it touches that Neo cloud is when it breaks down. It's as easy as that sometimes. So again, that's why we watch for that. You got an early indication that, we might get a pullback here, but that's what I always say when it's trading above that Neo, the Neo cloud stepping up aggressively like this, it's in a very strong trend. So there's no reason to go against that until you see a structural shift. And 2 things you can watch for is Neo cloud getting tagged like that, and you could also watch for that change character, which happened to be at pretty much the exact same time. So seeing that here now, we would want to get back through the Neo cloud, and that happens to be right at the change character as well at 51.56. If we were to fully recover, but I think a good start to that, like we said, was that 4 hour structural point here, and seeing the oscillator fully extend to the other side now is a good first sign. It moved up to 51.26, so higher low coming into play now, good sign. Tomorrow with earnings, I want to see this back over that 51.25 level, and then we'll consider upside a little bit from there. So looks really good. Yo, Andy's welcome Guys, we got a new Huddle Gang member in the house. Everybody, Huddle Gang in the chat. Appreciate you. I have no idea. Okay, you're gonna get some. You're gonna get some puffs, man. I'm sorry, I don't have a pop filter for my mic. So, but yeah, guys, welcome to the Huddle Gang. Appreciate you. They just locked in 5 extra entries to every Friday giveaway. So make sure if you want. Riz asking about which indicators, man. The indicators I'm using right now are the Luxaga Premium indicators. So the signals and overlays and the price action concepts. And then the oscillator matrix, all part of our premium suite. You can actually try them out 30 days risk-free. Just go to the website and click that. I will move it more for you. I'm sorry, Crypto. Crypto must have like he must have some headphones on that are like just very bass heavy. So every time I like make a pop sound or like blow into the mic, it just like busts his eardrum. But appreciate you joining. Appreciate you joining me. Welcome. All right, now that was the ES. I think it's time we move forward. Let me look at crude oil really quickly. I hadn't really done much. Came off. Yeah, it's been consolidating. Let me look at the. We're sitting at what, an hour now? Yeah. Let's take y'all's suggestions. Let's take the suggestions, guys. What do you want to look over? If there's anything specific, throw in the chat. There'll be certain things. Oh, besides that, let me look at a setup while you guys are throwing those in the chat. Let me look at. It was JTO. I think we got rid of it because it didn't set up in our favor, but I will look at it really quickly. Wow, look at this. Mad respect to bouncing off this level there, 270. Demetrius, I'm from Tennessee, but I'm not currently home right now. Avalanche from Dame, Ton, Rumble Ron, goodness gracious. We'll do Ton, brother, don't worry. We'll do Ton, and then we'll do JTO, man. Interesting setup. Oh, it was a potential bearish setup. Didn't come into play. It turned over too high, but even so, it had a bearish day after a potential setting up. But man, what a bounce off of that level there. Algo ran. I know people have been asking that quite a bit for a while. FTM. Hey, bro, I'm 15 issues. Do you have any advice? Tell me that. My advice would be maybe save up a little bit more and just do practice trading first. If you're brand new, guys, you need to probably get a TradingView account. Just get a free one, and then get your favorite, symbols, right? I would obviously suggest Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana if you're talking just crypto in general. But then follow like the NASDAQ and the SP 500 for U.S. markets. Follow possibly the Euro for Forex, and then just watch the charts. Biggest thing starting out is just watching the charts. That's all you need to do. Watch it over and over and over again. You got to get that repetition in. Once you start learning how price moves, then implement a little bit of paper trading. Don't do that for too long, though. You don't want to get used to paper trading. You want to add a little risk to yourself before you full on get into it. All right, let's see here. Let's see. First one we wanted to go over. Sorry, let me go back. Let's do Avalanche for Dame. Avalanche, first one to go. We're taking suggestions now, guys. Next up, we're going to go over Ton. I do like Ton a lot. I'm going to go over Ton here next. And then a lot of people have been asking if the algo ran. Depends on the volume. Is JTO bearish? Sorry. I know that one guy did ask about JTO before. JTO right now, it is in, it did change character. Right now, let me go to low time frame. You're probably leveraged or something. Right now, kind of, yeah. I would be leaning more bearish than bullish, but I do like the daily structure. I like that it's still up here above 3,200. But if anything, it would retest 270. So that's what I'd focus on. I'd be focusing on 270. If it's above 270, I think you're okay right now. But I would be focusing on 270. Let's go back to Avalanche. That's a good one. Avalanche. So first off, start with the weekly chart, guys. So Avalanche weekly, we've marked off, 56.15. We've marked off 64.72. So these levels here, obviously clear. Sorry. you know, clear resistance between that range. You can even see that perfect wick there at 64.72, which we went nuts. I remember when that hit. That was awesome. That was pretty awesome. So seeing that, let's hop into the daily signals and overlays here. I want to see kind of where we're sitting. Pull this back to 10 here. Lowest sensitivity. Okay, so yet again on even 10 here, you can see we are trading below the neocloud. It's a very pretty much thick bearish neocloud. It is setting lower lows and it's setting lower highs, right? Lower lows and then now another lower high still below the neo. I would still be bearish on this. I would probably target that same level of like 32. We discussed though, let me go back now. I'm going to go ahead and pull up price action here and then we're going to zoom out a bit because we talked about this. Where's my fixed range volume profile? Here you go. Boom. So we talked about the volume profile coming into play here because it is at the bottom of that value range. So if it's within this value range, we're happy, right? We talked about the $30 was that key level we're really focused on. It's roughly 30. Trading above 30 would be ideal. So if it's going to continue to trade above 30 and the 35 here, it's still, I think, okay. Consolidation is always good because usually that lines up for the next movement, right? So keeping an eye on that consolidation is key above 30 right now for Avalanche. But if I were to consider any upside movements, I need to see a breakthrough 40 first. I would honestly want it through 51 if I want a full-on bullish setup. But if we were going to be bullish, I need to just see bullish, you know, some aggressive buying. So just, I mean, it could come into this imbalance here and then reject and then give me a higher low. And then we can, you know, can start considering a little bit more. But even off of this there, you're off the POC at 35. If it's above 30, I think we're okay right now. 4 hour though, made that, look how it never made the full break. It tried to, but didn't happen. I wanted it to get inside this imbalance. So again, when it's below that, it's still definitely bearish. Still bearish in this current situation that's in right now. I'm gonna get rid of this. Like I said, I think 30 could actually get retouched again, and I'll be keeping a close eye on it. But this actually has an opportunity to do something like that. It did just try to get out of that rut, and it struggled, right? Then broke right back down. Oscillator is still looking very bearish. So the oscillator plays this off with a lower high. More than likely, we'll actually get a retest of like 32. I'd be probably targeting like 33 to 32 right there first. But then that daily here, the daily, that, you know, the bottom of the value range was sitting closer to 30, but we have a little bit of room with that downside. That's why I think, you know, 30, that consolidation here, meaning that consolidation can mean downside and upside. Lower time frame right now is lining up downside. If we want to be potentially have a structure shift, we got to get through 40 on Avalanche. Avalanche to me, good value though is going to be at 30 right now. Good value is going to be at 30 right now. Somewhere anywhere below 35 I think is good value. You know, when we say good value, we mean like if you want to invest for a longer term play, that's probably where you want to start. And again, start. That's not meaning dump everything you have into one level, right? Because I do still think if we get more of a bearish downside, 28 is going to come into play, and that right there would be a mega spot for me to potentially pick some up at 28. Because if it does respect 28 again, you saw the last time we tagged 28, this thing ran at the 64. So massive move. The last time we targeted this open, closed the weekly high there. That's why we always plot the weekly highs. So that's Avalanche for you. Someone throw me another one. I know somebody said, let's see here. Ton. Let's do Ton. Yeah, Ton's one that I really do like. Wait, really quickly though, I want to look at. We're gonna go over Ton. Oh, dude, it came off. Poor. So H-bar had the mega pump, ripped through that 17-19 level. Wait, that happened yesterday. That happened when we were off stream. We targeted that level. Remember, we put that line there, as you can see. And where does that come from? It comes from this weekly open close level right here, right? Yet another great reason to have open close levels. Guys, if you're just now tuning in the live stream for the first time, we welcome you. This isn't the stream you're seeing is pretty normal. The camera setup is not normal. I'm in a different location, but we're still streaming. But we really appreciate you. Please hit that sub button tomorrow. Make sure you come back because we are doing a $300 giveaway to people that tune in and they enter, but you have to be tuned in live to be able to enter that giveaway. So, man, 1719 there. Wow, that's why you plot your weekly levels. That's why you always take some profit off, or at least have like a limit order for like, I don't know, 25%, 50%, whatever you're trading at the moment. But man, that almost exact. What was the high there? What was that high? The high there was 1817. So great freaking job if you end up hitting that. That's awesome. We do have a potential setup on H-bar. We're still waiting for this thing to come back more. All we need is a bullish turning point to play now off of this level. We talked about that on Tuesday. So we'll keep a close eye on it. Let me see here. BNV was another one. Yeah, breakout here. Potential play. Let me do the 4 hour. Yeah, the 4 hours, the daily. I think the NASDAQ as well, we were discussing on the, was it the daily or the 4 hour? It was this too. Man, that sucks. If it didn't have that gap down today, that 4 hour would have been perfect for us. Yeah, if it didn't have that gap down today, that 4 hour would have been perfect. Let's see here. Ooh. Wait, that's right now. Guys, we might have a trade setup on. Well, no. Wait. No, sorry. Was it? I thought it was a daily. Was it the daily? Yeah, it was the daily. It was a bearish setup, I think. Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, it had to be the daily. So, sorry. There's a potential bearish setup on crude oil. That's why I'm looking back over our setups, because extended to extended here on the daily. If this comes up, I mean, that didn't fully extend to the downside, but again, even if it doesn't fully extend, which we were getting that turning point, if we get that bearish turning point here, you will get a lower high set. We'll probably take lower risk because it didn't fully extend, but this is a good start to that bearish setup there. Near, let's see here. Near, okay, we were waiting to see if this thing wants to fully break that upside. I'm pretty sure. Let me go to the 4 hour real quick and look. Yeah, that was what we were looking for. All right, so near the daily as well. All right, let's go back to ton. Let's look at ton. Oh, it's breaking our zone, or it's trying to break our zone. Okay, so ton, this is the zone we discussed. This is the daily, keeps dumping on the daily. I need to see a bullish day. I just need to see one bad. Like, please give me a bull day. I just need to see people actually buy it. But look how, even when it wicked through this key level here, like we've had plotted already, it got bought back up, right? So even it, dipping below 532, it's still getting bought back up, which is good. I need to see some bullish closures, at least one bull day, strong body day, to give us a little bit more hope. If I was actually going to trade this, give me $6 again. I need to get breakthrough 6. $6 would be the ideal level. Yeah, that's money. $6 breaks. I mean, you could have shorted right below 6. Is insane. $6 gets through that. I think you're going to have some potential reversal setups. You do have a gap divergence. That's a very good sign. When you have very clean gap divergence on an oscillator like this, you can't see it on mobile, but it's right here, where it's like literally just perfection in the extended area. More than likely, it could potentially go retest 6 off of this level. We'll watch that into tomorrow, of course. But yeah, really focus on that potential making that reversal coming out of this zone, because it's at a key high volume level. So that daily time frame tomorrow, please give me some really strong bull volume, please. If that happens, then we maybe get a nice setup. So we'll keep a close eye on ton. Not a bad one. Not a bad one. Let's get down here. All right, let's keep going, guys. Anything specific y'all want to look at? ETH, short or long? ETH still bearish, my friend. ETH still bearish. Washi, start with trading view, brother. Check bonk 4 hour. BOS bounce with oscillator setup. Let's see here. Possibly on bonk, right? Okay, volume. Interesting. Good volume. The 4 hour didn't have a setup. Structure's clean. Really good clean structure. No 4 hour setup, but the daily actually looks like it might have a setup. Daily's trying to create one. So if you get that turning point here, and then you do it like this, I'd take a long. But yeah, I do like the volume. I'm glad it's got volume. What is yeah, Shib's dead. Bonk actually showing volume. That's impressive. RAKM. Let me see. Let's look at Coinbase. Is there anything with more history? There we go. We can look at RAKM. This thing came off very aggressively. Wow. All right, so RAKM, first off, I need to see structure break 250. Need to get through 250 first. Look how it's the Chach is actually saying I don't think so far. I would take it from there to there. Look at this. Got an open close daily level here, an open close daily level here. Let me just draw a box and see what happens. Look, boom, beautiful rejection. Gotta get through that. Gotta get through this daily. Yeah, 250. Gotta get through 250. That's still, you know, it's respecting that change character still. So need to see that structural shift. Get through 250. I like it. If not, I'll still be bearish on it. But it looks okay right now. I'm just trying to bounce back. Well, this is cool. Look how it broke the upside of the Neocloud. That's a really good bullish sign. Broke the upside of a bearish Neocloud, and it's holding, trying to hold. So that's a good start to reversal as well. Yeah, I do like this if it gets through 250. Let's see here. Which is the best indicator for beginner crypto? Honestly, either signals and overlays or, I mean, oscillator matrix, man, I freaking love that one. This one down here behind my head, if you're on mobile, is my favorite. Adam, ooh, let's go to Adam. Guys, it's gonna be live for another possibly 40 minutes. I'll keep you updated. All right, let's keep going. Wow, this Adam, I mean, the fact that it just disrespected. Sorry, I'm going to say disrespected because it's downside, but it respected that 8.958 level is insane. It's trading well below the Neo. But yet again, on the daily, like we said, this thing, yeah, I know we talked about this before I was out of before I traveled because of this daily open close low there, very pivotal level, boom, massive rejection. It's got to get over that price, otherwise, like we talked about on stream already, I'm going to target 8 at least. Robert Ron said, Jacob, 2 questions. Are you spot or pep trading mostly? What's your 4 best coins to hold? I like spot trading. If I could actually trade margin, I probably would trade a little bit of margin. I think you said you traded like 8%. Yeah, I'd probably trade little margin if I did, if I could. Goodness gracious. But again, you have to understand what you're doing if you're trading margin. Okay, you have to. I don't just jump in. You wouldn't just jump in with 10%. You wouldn't just jump in with 100%. You wouldn't just jump in with 50%. I need to look at my levels to say, okay, hey, I don't think that Solana in this move would hit 120 or whatever. Whatever your trade out, let's say you want to go long a Solana. I don't think Solana will hit 120. I can set up a margin trade to either, first off, you know, give me liquidation that's like 30% below 120, depending on how much I'm trading with. But let's just say I want to trade my full portfolio. I'm going to make sure that my liquidation price is always beneath any level that I could never see it getting to. Or I'm always going to be out before it would even be within 10% of that level. That's the biggest thing. If I could actually trade like with leverage, I probably would, but US on crypto doesn't allow it. And do not say VPN, please. Nobody say VPN, okay? So I trade mostly US futures and then I spot trade. Okay. FTM, FET. I'm gonna pick one of those crypto gang. I know you've been launching those out for a while. FTM. Let me look through them because I do like them all. FTM making a breakout. FET. I love Fetch. I love Fetch. Fetch is a great one. Let's do fetch. I'll do fetch. FTM jockey wants. Okay, I'll do fetch really quick. So this sadly it broke the change character, and now it's trading back below the change character. Don't like that. But look at the oscillator. The oscillator slope is still there, which I don't like. It broke the 50, but created that bearish turning point. Not a fan. Man, look at this. Wow. Look at this. The structure on this, incredible. So take off, or let me take off signals heavily first. First off, beautifully rejecting the imbalance. That's, we're not going to ignore that. Still set a lower high, so don't play. But look at how signals and overlays, it went up, tagged the top of the Neo, and still treated the Neo. This is why we say, it needs to start trading above or below it to consider more of a trend. But if it's trading through it, there's really no trade. So if I was going to be bullish on this, it would have to be up here. Had to be trading above that neocloud. The fact that it rejected the top's coming back down, and when the minute this starts trading below this again, more than likely it could be even more bearish, target something like 180 or something. Fetch, though, I like it for the long term. It's more of a long term play in my opinion. But again, I can't give financial advice. Y'all know the drill. But weekly looks good. Weekly, I would just want to see it close bullish. That'd be nice. That means it would close over last week's open. But if it can get up over 250 this week, like we got 3 days, right? If it can get over 250, I think that's going to be a good week on Fed right now. So it is consolidating a bit, which is good. But I don't like that I set that lower high again on the oscillator there. It's like it's still playing within that oscillator slope, which is not that great of a sign. Okay. Rumble, I just said that. Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then you can kind of choose on the last one. There's so many good ones. Avalanche is good. I love Render. I love FET. I love a lot of them. But I would highly suggest biggest position should be Bitcoin 100%. JTO we looked at. Bitcoin 55K incoming. I like that you came in here with a considerable price. 55K is a considerable price. Right now, no. Consolidation in the 60s is what we've been talking about for weeks. It's happening still, and we're happy. So 60. AGIX, yeah, not bad. Per spot trade, dude. If it's $100, let's say if you want to invest like $400, I would literally take probably 70% of that and put it in Bitcoin. I'm not gonna lie. The rest just by maybe 60% and do like freaking 20% into Solana, and then the rest into. I would do Bitcoin main, Solana secondary, Ethereum third, and then just one of the others in the fourth. But again, can't give you financial advice. So you know the drill. Bitcoin 100% though. Okay. Looking. All right. Next up, guys. I got a guy literally saying ONDO over and over and over again. Guys, I really would appreciate if you don't spam it. I see all your messages. I promise. I see your messages. Please don't spam. Does anybody else want ONDO? That's the only way I'm going to do it now. What does that say? What is good volume for 1.4 billion market cap? What do you mean? I mean, you can have a 1.4 billion market cap and not have good volume. That's not really the way it goes. Okay, people want it. All right, let's do it. Let me see here. ONDO-USD. All right, let's go here. Ooh. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, this one's not bad. I've seen a lot of people ask about it. So I would say right now, first off, let's look at the 4 hour because of the crazy consolidation, right? It needs to get out of what it's in right now, first off. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pull up a fixed range profile on a daily so it's not all over the place. So here's your fixed range profile. You're still within that value range. I'm not going to consider long or short if I were trading this until it gets out of that. But right now on the daily trend, it's bullish, right? It'd be way more bullish than bearish right now considering a daily chart. This thing's consolidating nicely, hasn't broken down. Even with everything going on, it's still holding its price. Obviously, this is very new still, especially on Coinbase is very new. It's under $1 as well. Again, guys, anytime an altcoin is trading under $1, if it's ever approaching $1, always take profit at $1. Take some profit at $1. Because a lot of time, unless you're buying for the long term and want to hold like 5-10 years, right? But if you're trading it and it's under $1, always set some type of sell order at $1. I promise you, the majority of the time, it's going to probably play off that level first before it makes a breakout move. And if you want to, get a little bit of liquidity off the table so you can go put it in something else, then I would always suggest playing $1. Now for Ondo, ONDO, whatever it is, 90. Okay, so 90 is top of the value range. Bottom of the value range is sitting at 73, 74. So that being said, that's what I'd be watching right now. 90, if that breaks out, you get a closure above it. Nice bullish volume. Yesterday it tried to break, didn't. So yesterday's high is 92, right? 92.5, 92.6. I would want it to get over that 92.5, 92.6, right? That would probably be a little bit better off than just the value range, right? Either way, a strong daily candle close we need to see. But if it's within this, if it's going to play this value range, that's cool. If it's going to play above this previous BOS, which was 66 cents, that's even better. So this is in still a bullish structure on that daily. If I even type in the weekly, right? This is, it's holding structure very nicely. But I will say it really needs to get through kind of that level that it broke out. Yeah, right there, like 88, 90 really needs to happen. Yesterday's high would be even better if it can get through that 92, 92.5. So if it can touch 93 or get a candle close over 93, I'd be a lot more into this thing going to retest $1 again. But so long as it's holding up, it doesn't retest, it doesn't break down from that top of the value range, I think you're going to be pretty good on this one. Yeah, I think right now, though, it's still in that considerable upside move than the downside. You're definitely better off on the upside play here. This is as accurate as astrology or bone reading. Nyan Cat booming. I think there's 100 different Nyan Cat freaking what's it called? Guys, really quickly, tomorrow we are gonna be doing a $300 giveaway. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you tune back in tomorrow. Make sure you join the main stream now. If you're seeing a vertical format of the stream, you're not in the main stream, make sure to jump over to the other stream that is on the YouTube channel. It is the widescreen format. You get the full view of the chart that we're looking at. But also that's how you will enter tomorrow for the giveaway. So if you do want extra entries, though, make sure you join the HODL Gang. If you're a YouTube premium member, you can join for free. All you have to do is click the join button either at the bottom of the stream or just go to the main YouTube channel, click join. That'd be awesome. You get cool emotes and badges, stuff like that, as well as 5 entries to every $300 giveaway. So last week, I think we had literally 3 HODL Gang members, which is pretty which is pretty nuts. All right, that's ONDO, guys. FTM Jockey, we went over, guys. Anything else you want to go over? Throw in the chat. We're gonna go over things specific on chat. This guy said JTO. We already went over JTO earlier. Let's see here. BNB, dude, is just a monster. Freaking love this one. Link. We went over gold earlier. There, Ross. Ross, you're in the main chat, dude. Just go back to like, what was it, guys? We were probably, I don't know, 45 minutes. Go back to the 45-minute mark on the stream or something. We went over gold, so go check that out. All right, Link. Poor Link, man. Link, obeying structure, and this is what we mean about obeying structure. First off, let me pull up signals and overlays here because, I mean, it's like insane. So here's your link setup, right? Here's your signals and overlays setup. You did have that structure break. You have the change character there. Let's plot them together. This is like something that I'm kind of going to consider here soon, potentially taking trades off of, because it's been so accurate recently, especially when you have bearish days. And you have very aggressive sell-offs, because like, especially on low time frame trades. I'm not talking about high time frame trades. I'm talking about if this happens on like a daily, I dive into like a 4 hours, watch the setup, take the trade like a 1 hour, and then scalp that trade, right? But in this case, here you go. we used to talk about this early on in the stream. If you were here earlier on the stream before we were like eyeing that oscillator setup that we always watch that's been playing out very well recently, this was another way we went about it. It's when all the indicators kind of line up and create like this holy grail type trend setup, right? And this is where, right, you have the change character level right here, right? That's sitting at 1627, right? You have an imbalance. If I take off signals and overlays, look at this imbalance sitting here. You have a bearish imbalance, aka FEG, right? As you want to call it that. But then you also have your Neo cloud. And remember what we said. When you get like a strong trend, price tends to trade below the Neo. Well, this touched the Neo just barely, right? And then rejected. It happened to also be inside change character. Happened to also be inside of a bearish Neo cloud, and it happened to also be inside on top of a imbalance, as well as setting a lower high here as well with bearish money flow. Everything lined up, which is, you know, that's a go, right? So seeing that kind of get this candle set up here, it would have been an interesting risk trade here off of off of like 1523, right? And your stop, right, obviously right above this swing point here, and then targeting these lows. Like that's already looking at almost a 3-to-1 move. But again, it's like everything lines up, and it's telling us that this thing wants to reject potentially where this is happening. It wants to continue that current slope it's in. We're not going against anything, right? We always say always trade the same way those higher time frames are moving, right? The higher time frame trend is obviously bearish, so we would be trading that downside. That would be the overall kind of setup we're looking for. So for Link right now, 100% would still be bearish, sadly. I do necessarily like Link for the long term. So for that long term consideration, let's go to that weekly time frame and discuss it a little bit, because we technically are right now inside of a pretty decent value area. We have these pivotal points that we had up before. Hold on, let me see if they're on Coinbase. Dang, they're not. Okay. Fine. Okay. So we have two pivotal weekly levels here at 18 or 1820. This also lines up with this weekly pivotal there. So it's right dead center. Let's say 1850. It's kind of what I would do. Like that's a median, right? Very key pivotal here. Just happened to reject there as well off 1540, right? And then we have even here, look at this. This is 100%. That's a very strong level. Look at that. This here, 1883 here reacted there, reacted once, and then twice, roughly right around that $18 price. So we know 18 is very key to focus on. And then we know that this price here obviously had a very strong reaction to it. It happened to do the same here before it made that breakout. So this kind of zone here between 18 and 1527, not a bad value area. So coming back into this here, you can see here both flags set up for the breakout here off of, you know, that $14-15 range, and it broke out. We came back, we flushed through that sadly, but we're starting to accumulate a little bit around kind of where that bull flag breakout happened before. So seeing that on Link, going to like a 4-hour time frame here, I first off, you know, below this, good value. If I want to take a trade though, I would want to see how it comes up back into 1527. If you want to wait, maybe, you know, if you're gonna hold maybe for like a year or something, maybe get back that value up here. I'm kind of curious now of a fixed range profile here, because looking at this daily here, there is a way to pull it. So there you go. So this is quite interesting, because look at where the bottom's sitting, 13.14, bounced directly off of that, which it bounced off before. So lower high still forming on the oscillator. It seems like below 15 or right around 15 would be considered pretty decent value. If you can even get in the 13s, that's even better. But right here, not bad value for the next move. We talked about 26 being that upside target we're looking for. But for now, it's still in that very clean bearish structure. So you have way better odds in this current state going back to retest 13 for potential setup. So I wouldn't necessarily consider buying it now. If we're going to consider a buy somewhere in this area, it would have to break back through 16 find support roughly around the 15 level, and then we'll go from that on Chainlink here. But overall, 13 I think is like pristine, because look what happens too. If we get 13 again on Chainlink, more than likely you're going to get a higher low on that oscillator, right? Which is an early indication, I think, that $13 is a level it actually does want to reverse on. You can see it has respected the daily here a bunch too, on the bottom of that value range. So you would indicate, because this thing did break that oscillator structure here, but it's still in that slope. So if this thing does come back down, more than likely, if 13 is respected again, you will get that higher low, and that overall would indicate a really nice long-term potential trade back to reverse into the 20s again. So I'd be watching 13 right now before considering any type of buy on Link. If you're going to trade it though and it doesn't hit 13, then you have to see it get through 16. Otherwise, that downside looks way better than the upside. Rumble Ron said, my narrative is like, Jacob, $400 of Bitcoin best outcome is 1.5 to 3% in like long-term time probability. Isn't it easier to get 10x coin with 100? It's not easier though. Your best bet, your best risk is Bitcoin 100% over. Your best bet is taking the risk on, or not taking the risk, is playing Bitcoin if you actually want to, because if the cycle continues, we're going to get a 283% increase from this year into next year. But overall, that doesn't mean that something like let me think of a good example, like Render. That doesn't mean like something like freaking XRP definitely is not going to run that much, but anything that's like a potential like speculative play is not going to essentially just guarantee. Like I can't guarantee you that freaking H bar is going to 300-400x into next year, right? But there's a lot higher probability that Bitcoin is, due to its history and its past, that's going to at least run into that 100K mark, if not at least potentially 200%, like it has the past halvings. That's pretty much why we're so aggressive on Bitcoin. But I think a good speculative play that's high risk, not high risk, well, it is high risk, but not as high risk, would be like Solana. That might give you a way better return faster than Bitcoin. But again, I would still consider heavier on Bitcoin over everything else. All right, guys, we got about 20 minutes left. Any suggestions, let me know. Andre in the YouTube vertical chat with the bear emotes, man. Guys, mega bearish. I'm just curious, you're practicing so much. FET coin analysis, please. This isn't accurate. Yeah, we already went over that. Mara. Dude, we haven't looked at, I don't remember the last time we looked at Mara. Mara is interesting because obviously they're a mining-based company, so they're going to be successful in Bitcoin as their earnings come up here soon, more than likely. So here's the problem: Mara better freaking beat their estimated earnings. That's all I'm saying, because they rely on Bitcoin's price for profitability. They just hit halving too, so it's like that's where it's like such a struggle with these mining companies, because with halving they have to make sure they're on top of the idea of their reward getting cut in half. So it is quite interesting. Mara, though, you can just already see it without me plotting it, that, you know, your best bet was below $20 on this thing. I would wait until earnings, to be honest. I want to see where it went. I want to see this quarter earnings. Last earnings gap up. I really want to see quarter one, if that's what they're March. Yeah, they're reporting quarter one. Hey, Microsoft. I'm muted. I feel like people just come in here to troll, because I know I'm not muted. I can see my levels. Screen froze. Just refresh me. Stream's running fine from what I see. All right. My favorite tool is Fibonacci. Nah, my favorite tool is the oscillator matrix. Guys, throw anything specific you want to go over. I'm going to go ahead and pop into... I do want to look at Bitcoin again, see where we're at. It's looking good, man. This consolidation is so nice. Been trading back and forth a bit here after its recent run. I mean, come on. Come on, man. It's been freaking killing it, dude. Let's go. Love this consolidation. People like to troll. It's all good. We went over Fed already. But appreciate your consideration on Fed. Yeah, got about 19 minutes here, guys. Throw it in the chat what you want to go over, and we'll go over, and then we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be regular time, so be tuned in for regular time. Look out for the pre-stream to start to show up around like I'd probably say like, I don't know, 11 or 12:30 Eastern maybe. Can you help with a good entry or exit for Bitcoin? Dude, I buy a Bitcoin every week. Jasmine from Demonic. Let's look at it. Bitcoin is I treat it like a IRA type play. All right. 19 there. Quick adjustment, guys. Look, optimal sensitivity switches to 19. Look at just one sensitivity changes. This is why you have to make sure you optimize sensitivity. The back and forth signals there. Then I change it to 19 as it's told me to, and it just recently gave that exit signal. But if we look at, we gotta keep close eye on what's going on too within these levels. Jasmine right now on the daily. Obviously consolidated. I'm going to look at a fixed range profile because that's what's going to tell me these ranges, right? Right now we know we're ranges. Signals and overlays trading through the Neo Cloud tells us we're ranging. So we jump into a fixed range profile. Now, when we jump into these, we watch the bottom top of the range, right? If it's down here, I like to consider a potential buy play, right? If it's up there, consider potential sell play. If I want to see this thing potential bullish, needs to get back over to 3, right? Bearish 1.6 if it breaks down, but either way, if it's below kind of the center point here, if it's below the 20, I'm be kind of watching to see if it wants to get bought back up off 17 like it has multiple times, and I'm going to be playing to see if it wants to sell off of the 23, roughly 22 to 23 level. But if it does break through those, I do like it, Jasmine. Not much else to talk about on that. I wouldn't really be trading this until it fully does want to break. I mean, for trading, I'd like to catch one of those nice looking green candles. I'm not an expert, but we'll stick to it. A little help, please. Trading, yeah. So if we go to if you're on Bitcoin earlier, I mean, I'm gonna do this for you, or I'm not gonna give you an entry or anything. I'm gonna tell you what we're looking at right now, but I'll do it only because you said Bitcoin. If it's any other coin, more than likely not. So Bitcoin right now would be bearish, right? It'd be a little bit more bearish. Those lower time frames right now are leaning more to the bear side. But that's the lower time frame. We go to the daily here. We are trying to set a higher low in this current state. And the oscillator did set a lower high there. But so we're in a conflicting kind of area. I honestly would not take any new fresh trades here. If I'm going to take a new trade, it's going to be somewhere after it breaks 67.3. And then I would potentially take a, if it wants to reject 65,500, maybe if it creates a bearish turning point here. If you get a bearish turning point on the 4 hour, somewhere below the 50, there is a potential. There's a potential like short opportunity somewhere up here. But I don't like that this thing came down, created change character, and it didn't drop even more. So that's why I'd say we're kind of in no man's land here. If I even pull this fib, I mean, it bounced right off the 50. Yeah, this is big no man's land. So I honestly wouldn't take either side. Both sides are leaning about the same on which direction we might be heading. So there's not really any trade, in my opinion. It has to send a different way. Buy set it for nat gas. Guys, we got about 14 minutes here. 14 minutes. Solana. I said too much. Alright. Bitcoin predictions. What was the Bitcoin prediction? I forgot what the price point we went with. Price point we went with was 64,637. You were in that earlier. Let me see here. Where we at? Right now we're sitting. We said 730 there. This is sitting. Wow. Sitting more, but barely right now. Render. Good one. Render. All right, render here. Lower highs in play. It's such an interesting one because render. I really do like render. Man, this weekly I would like it to close bullish. The weekly coming back down is not the best sign. Trading below 9 right now. Let's get back. I need to get a weekly close back over 9. Let's go to the daily. Daily time frame here. It really tried. It really tried to break back over that 9. Then it fell back into its slope that it's been in. Right, but it is, you know, actually seeing this actually drawn slope. It's, you know, somewhat breaking it. But again, we need to see an actual structure shift. So it's gonna have to. You're gonna have to get a full body close above 950 to be a little bit more bearish on render. What do we say though on render? Render, was it render, or was it? I think it was render. Yeah, it was render. I keep forgetting. $7 on render. This weekly open close level right here. The $7 on render, I just love so much. Like, I mean, look at that. That's just from a weekly level there. $7, in my opinion. Like, if this is something you actually want to pick up, like, if you can get it anywhere below $8, I would honestly pick it up. But obviously, I can't give financial advice. You know the drill. But here, look at it. Even trying to reject this change character right now. It's trying to. Like, if this 4-hour flips over on this bear side, you have the odds of you actually going to retest this low are pretty good. Besides that, though, honestly, I would even target the top of this order block sitting there like 802. More than likely, just go all the way to 8. It's probably just going to take that dip to 8, especially if it rejects that 4-hour change character there. Let's look at the Neo. I mean, you're in a bearish Neo cloud too, so bearish Neo cloud. Let me optimize this. 15. So yeah, you're in a bearish Neo cloud. You just got a 3 signal, which is obviously the stronger signal is still 1 through 4 rating. So 3 is, you know, on the higher side. But if this candle closes bearish, dude, more than likely, especially if it breaks the bottom of that Neo cloud, you're gonna 100% probably go test $8. So we'll see if this does flip bearish. But we got 3 hours left. This just started. PLTR. PLTR. Guys, I can see my stream bitrate, okay? So if you're saying it, look, I just don't understand why my camera is so bad. That's what makes me mad. I don't know why I just type in USDT. That's annoying. PLTR. Oh, wait. I forgot. We're, hold on. Yeah, we're after hours now. How far? 337. Where'd Google go? Nice. Guys, Google up after hours. Heck yeah. Google's up 12%. That's huge. That is huge. Let's go, guys. This is huge for the NQ tomorrow. Oh, jeez. And the ES, obviously both. That's awesome. Let's go. Look at it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at that candle. Dude, let's go. Look. Yo, what do we...
Who's your daddy?
Literally right here, though. It's like 17.8. We were talking about that earlier. We wanted to see the 78 breakout. That's massive. Look at the earnings ripping this thing. Fully recovering today's gap down. Let's freaking go. That's so sick. That's awesome. Let's go. Hopefully it holds. Bitcoin is done. All right, here's in the chat for Anna. Unless she's like saying like Bitcoin analysis is done. If she's saying like Bitcoin's done, like as in it's over, like we're all screwed, then get her out of the chat. or whoever it is. Buy Bitcoin. Yeah, 100%. I can't give you financial advice, but if there's anything worth the crypto market, it's Bitcoin. I gotta pull this up on my phone. I can't even, like, I think it's this monitor that's just messing with me right now. Guys, tomorrow. No, it's not. I'm just really looking strange. All right, guys, tomorrow, make sure you tune in because we're doing a $300 giveaway tomorrow live on stream. All you have to do is hit the sub button right now. So make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribed, well, you're going to miss out on the stream, or you're going to miss out on the giveaway tomorrow. So make sure you do smack that sub button. I wonder if I do this, actually. Hold on. Will this offset it? That's going to be way too bright for the background. Now I even look more washed out. Actually, it's kind of balancing. We'll get it fixed going in tomorrow. Clip, I'm using the Luxaga premium indicators right now. Price action concept, signals, and overlays. What a move back. What a move back. Let's go. Let's optimize that again. It's probably going to give you, there you go. Yeah, it is going to give you that. Dude, let's go. The daily. What a candle. Look at the 4. Go back to 15 here. Probably not on the 15. Yeah, it's not. Still bearish, but it's coming out of breaking that bullish neocloud, which is fantastic. Love to see that. Core from Mike. Mike, I got you. Let's do core. Guys, we've got about 8 minutes here. You guys want anything specific? Throw in the chat. We'll go over it, okay? Let's go 13. Core tether. $14 hours. What am I doing? 4 hours. Goodness gracious. All right. This was a little whack. So core here. Wow. Look at that beautiful rejection of those order blocks. That's insane. Look at that rejection. Like 1, 2, coming off of this level, but that level overall highly respected, right? Every time it touches it. Okay, first off, if I'm gonna be bullish on this, I need to get through that level. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be bearish right down. I'm gonna go down to I'm gonna target $2 to the downside here until 2.8 hits. Right, it's got to break through 2.8. Look at that. That's insane. That's honestly insane. It's gonna have to break through that 280. Lower high on the oscillator here too. I mean, come on. Rumble, what are you asking me, man? Impact, dude. I mean, volume is volume. That's all I can say. It's just gonna add more volume. Do I use the price reversal zones feature on signals and overlays? Sometimes. The biggest thing I use is like the NeoCloud and the Smart Trail. I use that a lot. Sometimes reversal zones, if you're ranging, you can use it. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of nice features to use. But overall, the NeoCloud, because it just gives you such great trends. Like you can really identify when you're ranging versus trending. Great example is like Bitcoin here. Bitcoin on the daily here, if I optimize it. It's like, man, it's just when price trades through, you know, it's ranging. When it trades above it, it's trending fine. But if whenever you see this, like where it's like literally just a straight up move, it's like, you know, it's very strong volume. But then when it acts as like a shelving type situation, straight up again, when it comes into a shelf and trading above, it's just a very nice trend. Trades through it, you know, it's not anymore. It's just going to be ranging. As long as, I mean, look at how it's treated as a shelf here. Traded through right here, right? Rips through, gets this nice, very nice up move, and then just is going to glide above that NeoCloud. Glide above, finally breaks back through it with a 2 signal. Trades through it, it's ranging, boom, then it just glides again. It's just like, just following that on a daily, it's like, it's just huge. It's so big for the over. If you're looking at like because we talk about when you're going to take lower time frame trades, you need to know what the overall trend direction is. So always look at the daily and the weekly, understanding where is your, your better odds sitting. Like right now we're ranging, so it's like, if I go to like a 4 hour, maybe I can get a trend locked in. We're in a bearish trend right now, so my odds overall are better off to that downside, especially like in this case, like right here, rejecting like previous lows. Like we're trading below the NEO. The NEO just flipped. It rejected the NEO on this day. You have a bearish downtrend formation on the oscillator as well, rejecting at the 50 level. Like when that's coming into play with the bearish money flow, it's like everything's lining up to give you that bearish trend. It's not. When all that happens and lines up, it's like you need to play your odds in the right direction. That's the biggest thing. It's like people try to get bottoms, but it's just normal statistics. It's like where are my odds best being played? In this case, right now, it's going to be the downside for lower time frames. NEO. Hey Rumble, I appreciate you tuning in. Come back tomorrow, man. Yeah, let's go to Dot. Is NEO, as you explained, the same on daily for stocks? Yes, very similar. I appreciate you tuning in, though, man. Appreciate that, DOT. Let's go to Polkadot. I love me some Polkadot, guys. We got about 3 minutes here. We got to take Bitcoin predictions, and we're gonna call it. I need to fix the camera. It's pissing me off. All right, so man, poor Dot. Still in a bearish slope, trading well below the NEO cloud on the daily. Don't like that. Obviously, we're bearish when we see that. Trading below the NEO. It did have that T signal come into play, so it was trying to create a little bit of a bullish setup there, but then ended up falling off yet again. Sometimes this T signal can say, hey, it's definitely attempting to maybe start a reversal. But again, you'll probably, if this thing breaks back down, you'll probably be in a more, bearish state. But overall, like we said, though, if it's trading below the NEO cloud, yet again, in either direction, you treat those opposing signals as exit points. So it's like, this is exit point. And then what happens is it breaks down here, right? Trading below the NEO. This flips red, right? Flips red. And then you look for that next move, you get that exit again. So watching that there, but now that we're trading back below the NEO cloud, still leaning bearish on this. What is similar to DOT? Did we go over DOT? I don't think we did. What's similar? Because remember this. Oh, yeah. You have this pivotal point sitting right here on the daily. Yo, something. Did we go over DOT today? Something trading like literally the same as DOT that we talked about. This is a kind of a bearish flag, by the way, setting up. I don't think we did. This is like in line perfectly with something else. I think it's. Is that a render? No, it's not render. This is the exact same chart. But overall, what's our slope, right? Daily time frame, bearish, very bearish. So this is a bear flag type setup anyway, trading below that structure, creating an imbalance. Got a bearish turning point today. Your odds of retesting this turning point where it bounced off already is literally way greater. So you have your odds of hitting 6.31, 6.30 is massive right now. So overall, everything's playing into that. You can't get better than that, to be honest. Trading below that NEO cloud as well. Guys, 2 hour mark just hit. Bitcoin, we said, do you think it's going to be more or less be in the stream? It's trading at 64771 right now. It just so happens to be more. Let's freaking go. Good job, guys. If you said more, congratulations. You get 100 points added to your profile. And tomorrow, we're going to be doing our top 10 viewer giveaway. So if you're a top 10 viewer for the past 2 weeks, you get a 1 in 10 chance of winning $100 on top of, man, if somebody tomorrow if a Hodl Game member wins a top 10 viewer giveaway and is one of the $100 winners on the $300 giveaway tomorrow, I'm going to go nuts. It's going to be insane. Great job, guys. Finally, it hit more. It took forever. Trevor hit more, but there you go. Top 10 viewers right now are Sortic in first. You got Adam in second. Report in third. Land in fourth. And Beers HVAC in fifth. That's funny. Beers HVAC LLC. David, Demonic, and then who else? Ham's up there. Jenny in the top 10. Let's go. Congrats, guys. So tomorrow, obviously those are going to shift a little bit. I can't turn. Sorry. Into the matrix. Those are going to shift a little bit because of the predictions today. But if you locked in more and you're in those top 10, if you're in the top 10 and your prediction was more, you're going to have a chance. You're going to have a chance. You're going to have that 1 in 10 chance tomorrow. So congrats if you did do that. Let's go. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much how we're going to play it. Unless, do we take one? Maybe we do one 1 second trade. How's the volume right now? How's our volume? If you're new to the stream, this is something we do for fun. I gotta actually load into the paper trading here. I don't think we're in. I forgot. Yeah, we're in this Bitcoin 1 second chart money. Okay, cool. Our $1 billion account. All right. Should we do our? Yeah, he said yes. 1 second chart. Y'all freaking love this. Man, I literally look like a ghost. This is insane. Okay. Really quickly. Well, let me see here. Let's go to, remember, we like to see a BTC USD tether. The tether's the crazy chart. All right. So, wow. Of course, more people tuning in right at the end here. Guys, tomorrow we are doing a $300 giveaway. Make sure you tune in. We're going to be on time tomorrow, roughly 1 Eastern. So make sure that you come back around. Do hit that sub button if you want to be a part of that giveaway tomorrow. And be here when we go live, please. Easiest way to know if you win is by the end of the stream. Tomorrow we're going to be picking our winners live on stream. But overall, we went over a lot today. So make sure that you do tune in tomorrow for that giveaway. And guys, let's get rolling on the freaking Bitcoin 1 second trading chart. And we don't do this. We do this at the end of every stream for fun, just see if we can, mess around with a fake 100 Bitcoin. So let's get it. Let's go. What are we gonna do? What's a HODL gang? What's a HODL gang? Do I get jumped in or something? So Rizzle, the HODL gang, you actually get 5 entries to every single Friday giveaway. So guys, if you do want those extra entries and not just 1 entry by subbing, if you want 5 entries, make sure you do join the HODL gang. It's literally $1. You get cool emotes and badges. If you like the stream today, we stream pretty much every day. Sometimes we miss 1 or 2 days in the week, but we try to stream every day. And yeah, if you like coming back, want to be a part of it, make sure you do join the HODL gang. Get those extra entries as well. Can you show clip the whole entire stream you were just watching from when you asked about which indicators I'm using? You saw price action concepts. Just letting you know. Dude, Bitcoin's on a tear right now. Will we ever get? Will we ever get it? We gotta extend. Give me that reversal. Come on, baby. Give me that reversal. What are you doing? Give me that reversal. But right now we're just messing around, guys. Tomorrow we'll be back again. Here we go. See, we gotta get like maybe gold. No. Gold future. No, gold's, I forgot. Market's closed. Bitcoin, let me go to the normal thing now, because it's just being whack now. Maybe we'll get something. Cliff, I told you about 1,000,000 times earlier. I told you all the indicators earlier. The indicators I'm using are signals and overlays, price action concepts, and the oscillator matrix. I already told you that earlier. So I'm sorry. I was replying to you earlier on that one. To the moon. Yo, Street, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Man, dude, I don't know, guys. We might not get a setup on the 1 second chart. But overall, if you're just now tuning in, make sure you go to the other main stream here. We're pretty much watching this consolidation on Bitcoin through the 60s. We're happy with the 60s, guys. If it's trading above 60K, we're happy. Remember, the cycle gives us about a 6-month period before it, starts get going. You know what I'm saying? It takes a while to rev up to get that move, but we're predicting end of this year at least 100K. So 6 months from now is sitting around the October range in the fall. So when the fall comes around, look for those all-time high runs, if not earlier than that. By the end of the summer, let's get an all-time high break, go from there. But besides that 6-month period, be patient. That's usually what it's taken. We've looked at the cycle a trillion times. We talk about it on stream all the time. We can go over it again tomorrow when we're doing that giveaway. But again, consolidation on Bitcoin is the most healthy thing you can see, especially when it's holding the value that it's holding at. So people are anticipating the cycle. Eventually, you're gonna get into that FOMO state, and that's when it's gonna start hitting those crazy all-time highs because people understand the cycle now. It's just how it is. So no matter what, the cycle's a cycle. It's just how it's gonna play out. After the halving, just takes up to 6 months sometimes to get going. So that's what we've looked at on the charts. That's what we're looking for. Do you think Bitcoin is going to grow until tomorrow? I don't know how to even answer that. I don't know how to answer that question. Great daily close that could be coming into play right now on Bitcoin. I want to see it honestly this week. If it can close over 65,500, we're very happy. So that's what we're going to be focused on going into tomorrow. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for sure. Let's see here. Give me something. Give me something on the 1 second. It was trying. It was trying earlier. It was trying earlier, my friends. We were going to try to do a quick 1 second trade, but it's just been Bitcoin. It's just low volume at this time. Obviously, when the market goes, really quickly though, I can look at it one more time. People that are just now tuning in, maybe we'll get it set up. NASDAQ has fully recovered end of today because of the major Google earnings, and there was something else at earnings today. I don't remember which one. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Burke. See you tomorrow. Okay, here we go. We might have an opportunity right here. Watch it. Might have a long opportunity. And this makes that turning point, like right here, 50%. Come on, baby, turning point. Give it to me now. Whatever. We'll just do it for fun here. Oh, right now. Perfect. Turning point now. Turning point now. Locked in. Let's go. Here we go. This is the only trade we're gonna take. Stop loss down here. Come on, baby. Give it to me. Give it to me. Guys, this is... We do 1 second trading at the end of every stream just for fun on our fake $1 billion account, trading 100 Bitcoins. But while this is playing out, see which direction it goes. Obviously, this thing... Oh, there we go. Let's go! Come on, baby. Let's get it. But I will say, yeah, going into tomorrow, it's kind of exciting. We got more earnings coming out. Actually, while we're doing this, too, let me pull up this most anticipated earnings week. Let's look at the earnings coming into today and tomorrow. No, not the lower high. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Let's see. This week is 22nd. What is it? April 22nd. No, you stay there. You stay there, Bitcoin. Dude, we've been actually killing these 1 second trades. It's been honestly insane. So keep it going. All right, guys. I got it up right now. So after hours today was Microsoft. That's what it was. Microsoft. It was Google as well. Yeah, Google. Where is it? Alphabet. Why is it not reporting right now? Yo, RPH Hizzle, dude. Welcome to the HODL game. That man just literally locked in 5 entries to tomorrow's $300 giveaway. So make sure you do join the HODL gang before you are a part of that giveaway tomorrow, because that way you can have 5 entries to tomorrow's giveaway. So if you join today, obviously you'll be locked in, but make sure before you enter the giveaway tomorrow, you do join the HODL gang. Otherwise, you won't get those extra entries. Dude, HODL gang's in the chat for RPH Hizzle. Welcome, man. Welcome. Intel was after hours today as well. Microsoft and Alphabet. Let's go look at Microsoft real quick. Well, hold on. Let's see if this trade actually if it drops down or not. I guess I can pull it up over here. Let's go back. Come on, baby. Give us the breakout. There's your Microsoft. What an absolutely rip. That's insane. Let's freaking go there. Microsoft with the actual takeoff. Intel dumpy. Not as important as Microsoft, but we had, remember, Google. Wow. That's insane. Bitcoin, come on, baby. Oh, Bitcoin hit our stop. All right, well, failed trade today on that 1 second trading. Y'all know the drill. We like to do a quick 1 second trade at the end of every stream for fun. We've been killing it there recently. I think the other... Oh, look at it bounce back now. Overall, Google ripping too. Yo, War Crypto, welcome to the HODL gang, man. Appreciate you. Dude, Hodl Gang's in the chat for War Crypto. Thanks for joining, man. Tomorrow he locked in those 5 entries for that giveaway. Literally, guys, it's $1. You join. If you like the stream, you want to come back, make sure you join it. You'll get benefits in the future as well. We will be giving out Hodl Gang members that have been around for like, I think 6 months will get a free Lux Algo merch credit. I think we're going to do that. Only to a limited amount though. So you have to be around for at least 6 months as a Hodl Gang member. We'll give you that credit and you can go use it on whatever gear you want. We go live tomorrow at 1 Eastern, man. Every day. I try to go live between 1 and 2 Eastern. It's been a little bit different recently. In the summer, we've been a lot more busy too. Microsoft, Intel. What else are we looking at? T-Mobile, Roku, Hot After Hours. What's Roku? Not that Roku. What in the world? Roku is that? Roku back and forth. So those majors though, Google and Microsoft, major gap ups. Gotta love it. NASDAQ with a full recovery on that daily. So let's freaking go, guys. Good moves though. Bitcoin tomorrow. Hopefully we get that daily close like we've seen. Besides that, my friends, appreciate you all tuning in. Last but not least, please, if you can, go follow our Twitter. I would 100% suggest following the Twitter. The Twitter, we keep you updated with everything going on in the markets, everything that's important. We give you extra analysis as well on the Twitter that you see similar to on stream here. But that guarantees you kind of like your current updates that you need in all markets with what's going on in the economy, you know, what's breaking, stuff like that. Nothing's spammy, anything like that. We just want to keep you up to date. So follow the Twitter at LuxAlgo. We very much appreciate it. Besides that, if you do want to join a fun free community, make sure you join the Discord too. Exclamation Discord in the chat. Yo, Ross joined the Hodl Gang. Dude, Hodl Gang members are strong today. Let's freaking go, dude. Dude, Ross in the chat. Let's go. Hodl Gang's in the chat. Come on. Can I open a long with this bot? What are you talking about, dude? Oh, with like, with the Streamlabs bot? Dude, Doberman, you just gave us a genius idea, bro. What if we figured out a way to get the bot? What if we figured out a way to get the bot to where you guys could use it to trade like while we're live on stream and see how successful you guys could be trading with the bot? That would be insane. I'll figure out a way. We will figure out a way. That'd be so funny. We could figure out a way. That would be awesome. Y'all could literally type it in command and it takes a trade on like a fake account. Oh, we're doing that. We're figuring it out 100%. I'm gonna figure that out. I think we could do it. I'm gonna look into it. That's an upgrade. That's a huge upgrade. We're gonna do that. We're gonna see, can you out trade the Hodl Gang? Dude, that's money. That's money. Anyway, guys, welcome Ross into the Hodl Gang, my friends. Welcome. Everybody, welcome Ross. Hodl Gang's in the chat yet again. Tomorrow, he got 5 entries to his $300 giveaway. So we'll see you tomorrow, my friend. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow, 1 Eastern here. Again, I'm going to try to fix this camera crap. I don't know what's going on. I'm washed out for some reason. Other than that, guys, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow for the $300 giveaway. Hopefully the stream stayed live the whole time. It's the only concern I had, but other than that, guys, see you tomorrow, $300 giveaway. Make sure you hit that sub button and be a part of it. Otherwise, join the Hodl Gang, get those 3 extra entries. Follow the Twitter, join the Discord. I will see you then. Peace. Where's my cam? There it is. Bop.
Who's your daddy?